Hi guys, and welcome back to another update video. So this is going to be the July update video. So first of all, I just want to welcome all of the new people to my channel. We're nearly on 16,000 subscribers, which is pretty nuts, and the birds are ridiculously loud outside at the minute. But anyway, yeah, we're nearly on 16,000 subscribers, which is more people than I can actually imagine, which is kind of weird, if that makes sense. It's a huge amount of people, which is incredible. So I want to welcome all of the guys that are kind of new to the channel. I'll just say hi from me. Hello, I'm Lord Dakr. But yeah, and also all you guys that have kind of stuck with me for quite a while. It's been really good. I've had kind of like subscribers that have been through for such a long time, really. It's quite amazing. It really does amaze me that I've still got more than 10. So it's all up to you guys. You've done really well. Helping me with the channel, and then obviously turning this channel into something that's more than just the random videos that I put up as well, which is always good. So this update video, for you guys that don't know or just need a refresher, basically what I'll be doing is I'll talk about the old stuff, or not the old stuff, the stuff that kind of happened in June and further along there, and where I'm going to be going in July. That's kind of what I just talk about in these, and what I'm going to do exactly the same as I did my June update video. I'm going to split it up so that you can go into the description and you can just go, I'm only interested in, I don't know, Dakr City. There we go. What's that little section? And you just watch a little bit on Dakr City. Also in the top left or top right, I can't remember. It's one of these sides. The problem is my webcam might be the other way around, so I don't even know. I think it's going to be in the top left for you guys, which is my right, which is why I'm getting confused. But yeah, I'm pretty sure up here it'll have something which says exactly where we are. Where we are section-wise. So it's totally cool if you guys just go, I'm only interested in this, I'm just going to click on that and watch that. It makes it a lot easier for you guys. You get the most out of it. You know what's going on with that bit, and you don't have to watch through a load of stuff you don't want to, or don't want to hear me talking about crap. But if you want to, then you can stay along. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the kind of frequently asked questions, the kind of stuff that always gets asked to me, and probably stuff that actually is going to be stuff that I've covered in my previous update videos. But number one, texture packs still getting asked about 5 to 10 times a day. It's always in the description. There's probably like 4 videos that I haven't got in the description. But if you do find those, just tell me and I'll put it in. It's always in there. Same with the music as well. That's another one that always gets asked as well. So always in the description for those two. The next kind of biggest one that I get asked is when is and then ... tutorial going to come out. For example, I'm trying to think of which ones I haven't done. Albion class, maybe? I don't know, let's take that one for example. When is that going to come out? I don't know. I honestly don't know. The reason being is it's very difficult, especially with the big tutorials, to figure out how much time it's going to take. H44, 5 weeks. If I knew that from the start, I would have just said no. No way. So it's very, very difficult to figure out exactly how long it's going to take. Also, forward scheduling. How do I know what I'm going to be doing, in a month's time or 2 months' time? How much time am I going to have to record? How much time do I want to record? It's very difficult to figure out on that side as well. So, H44, if I basically spent at least one day on the weekend just recording that, and that was it. That was it. Nothing else. What happens if I could only spend half a day? Then it's going to take 10 weeks, which is crazy. That's over like 2 months. So it's very difficult to figure out that way. So basically, what I'm going to be doing is just putting up a small promo the week before or a couple of days before that will say, coming out this Saturday is going to be this. I think it's going to be a lot easier. I kind of trialed this with the Leander class. Obviously, that was a new ship, a completely new ship. But basically, I had half of that recorded when I put out that promo video. So it was pretty much done. It was really close to being done, and I just kind of went, yeah, I can do this for next Saturday. I'll put out a promo video, and that was it. And in the description I'll put in the description of those kind of like mini ones, like projected to be, next Saturday. I actually put it was even going to be that Saturday or the week after, because of editing does take quite a lot of time. It depends how much raw footage and how much time again I have. So there'll be kind of those ones. I think that's going to be a better way to do it, because then you'll know exactly a week before or so if there's going to be something, or if there's most probably going to be something. Makes it a lot easier, I think. So that's how I'm going to handle those. So requests as well, you know, basically what's happened this month, and I'm going to have to change the way that I take requests. Before, what I used to do is if you requested something, I don't know, A10 Thunderbolt, the plane, which I still need to make, I keep on forgetting, which is really weird, I get it requested all the time, but A10 Thunderbolt, what I do is I'll put that on a spreadsheet, and then if there's multiple ones, I'll just have a tally which has just got a number, and I just up the number every time somebody else does it. What's happened now is I've got over 1,000 items on there. What does that actually mean? That means it's going to take me 2.5 years to complete that list if I upload one a day. I can't record one a day. I can't build one a day, especially some of the big ones, which are stuff like aircraft carriers. Aircraft carrier will take me like it'll probably take me a month. Probably take me a month to build it and build it well. Probably take me a month to record it. So there's quite a lot of those, and there's probably about 40, I think, probably 40 aircraft carriers. There's a lot. So if you imagine that, that's not going to happen once every day. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to try to probably every so often I'm going to do one of those vote videos. And I'll say, do you want a destroyer? Do you want a battleship? Do you want a commercial plane? And then I'll see which one kind of gets polled highest, then go for that one. But what I want to do also, without trying to, you know, get stuff pushed, because somebody could always go like, I always want a battleship, I always want a battleship, and then everybody does that, and then the minority doesn't get sorted. So I also want to try and be fair with those guys as well. So I might do that to kind of figure out what priority order I should do it in, or I don't know, something like that. But I'm kind of completely open to suggestions. So if you guys have got suggestions on how I should do it now, one of the guys did say put up your list on the internet with an ETA. Again, 2 years. And that's if I can do it fast. You know, some of them would just have like 5 years time, and that's really disheartening. Whereas I could just do it, you know, tomorrow and just bump it up in priority or whatever. I think the other way of doing it with the kind of destroyer and just battleship, like general stuff, and then choosing one of those, it makes it a lot fairer, kind of a bit random as well. You don't know what's coming, which is it's a bit more exciting, I think, or at least it is for me, because like with the Leander class, I just went that one. That was pretty much it. I wanted a small kind of. I knew what type of ship I wanted. I know I wanted a cruiser because it's smaller than a battleship, and then I was just like, which ones have I got? And I just picked one kind of at random and went with it, which was quite fun for me anyway. Whereas if it's just like a highly requested one I don't want to do or not really sure about, it's kind of like it becomes a challenge. So that's probably how I'm going to take requests. I'm still going to read every single one of them. I just won't be noting them down. Instead, I'll probably be noting down in my head or on paper, or probably not on paper. I don't want to get any more sheets. It's a nightmare just writing down all this stuff. What I'll probably do is just notice. I'll be like modern plane or modern destroyer, something like that. Or go for the era type stuff in general, and then see what's happening for that month and try and do it that way. If you got any ideas on that, that'd be awesome. Another one I get asked quite a lot is, what is my real name? And that's something I want to keep on keeping private. Mainly because then if I decided, for example, to just go, I'm done with YouTube, and then walk away, if obviously you knew my real name, you could then go onto my Facebook and be like, nah, and do that kind of whole stuff. Whereas I can just disappear with Lord Dakr or whatever like that, if I ever wanted to. Currently, I don't have any plans for doing that. But my real name is really Morgan Freeman. And this is my Morgan Freeman voice. It's not that bad, but sometimes, you know, Lord Dakr. Lord Dakr is really hard to do in a Morgan Freeman voice. Yeah, my what they call impersonations, they aren't great. But yeah, so I just want to keep that private. It's just something, you know, choice-wise, but you can just call me, you know, LD, for example, Lord Dakr, or you can just call me Lord Dakr, LD, Dak. Anything else? Anything else you really want? That's fine. Just call me by that name. It's kind of like my gamer tag name, I guess. So that's cool. Another one I get asked as well is, can you do more of the medieval stuff? Can you do more of space stuff? I don't know. Or Wild West. I've had some really weird ones. What I'm going to start doing, and I did do a couple of days ago, was that vote video on the general side of things to kind of shape my channel in a way. And I can say, and I've actually got it on the screen now, so I'm not being rude and not looking at you guys. I'm looking at the other screen. So, you know, like modern ships, for example, and modern planes and ships, that's got like 44%, whereas the next one down is the medieval ships, which is 19%. So what I'm going to have to do, and I'm going to try and again weigh this quite carefully. I don't want to just go like, all right, modern ships. The rest of it just doesn't happen. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of prioritize those modern ships first. So those will be, and those tutorials will be the kind of thing I get done first, and then the rest I'll work through. So it's almost like trying to prioritize those rather than going like, all right, 44% of my content is going to be ships or stuff. I don't know. It's going to be more like those are ones that the people want most. So I'm going to push those up the most. I think that's a bit of a fairer way as well. It gives me an idea. There is going to be just some random stuff out there as well. So there will be still a mix of all of the other things that I've been having so far. Maybe some new stuff. I don't know. It depends on kind of what happens. Okay, so on to Dakr City and the kind of city side of stuff. And back to back is going to be these like little mini sections again. They'll be description-wise, so you can just see them. But Dakr City, obviously, that series I've been starting up again and trying to push out. I have got quite a few. I've got at least 2 episodes coming out, but because of the kind of fly-through thing at the beginning, I kind of want to get a couple more buildings in, because at the minute I've got all this kind of infrastructure. I've got these cool roads, and now I've got really cool bridges and waterways, and no buildings. It looks really odd. But there will be, at least this month, will be at least 2, definitely 2, maybe 3. I really hope to get 3 out. That'd be awesome. But they're going to cover stuff like bridges. I've kind of figured them out. Well, I figured out 2 different types of bridges, at least. They're ridiculously difficult. And these are like the big city bridges. Yeah, so I'm going to be going over those and how I've made mine. I'm going to try and do... I can't really do a tutorial on them because it depends on how big your river is. But I'll try and do one that you can figure out your scale for yours. I think that's going to be the easiest way. Also, skyscraper design, how you can take ideas and go crazy. I don't know. Something like that. But we are going to have Dakr City, a couple of episodes at least, this month. And another thing I'm going to have as well is going to be a new series, and the birds are goddamn noisy. Birds. Yeah, there is going to be a new series, which is basically going to be a kind of Let's Build style, possibly time-lapse. I was thinking about how to get the time-lapses back into Dakr City, and I think what I'm going to do is have them on the suburban houses, and then do a tour of the interior, or then do the building interior. I think that might work. Maybe. Something like that. That'd be quite cool, because I do want to get some more time-lapse type stuff. Time-lapses are just cool. I really enjoy making time-lapses as well. They're fun. They take a lot of time, but they look cool. So, yeah, there's going to be a new series. That'll be like a whole suburban area on the Dakr City map. I've already got... I know exactly where I'm going to put the actual place, but there's going to be stuff like a small regional airport. So all those small planes that I've been building, the actual commercial ones, I'll put them on that little airport. I think that would be really cool. So it's just got like a, 5-person little tiny little planes which you could actually fly over. And it's also going to go into the more smaller detailed stuff, which is going to be good. And now on to LD Modern, the texture pack, my own texture pack. So that's still ongoing. I haven't done an update for a little bit, a couple of weeks. It's just because I've kind of taken a step back just for a little bit. Texturing is it's not exactly my favourite thing to do. let's put it that way. I like using all the textures. When you get a really good texture, it really works. But I don't really like making them or playing around with them. Not unless it works first time. And I've had some lately as well that have just been a nightmare, which just don't work no matter what I do and how much I edit things. It's mainly because when you're doing a texture, you like throw it into your texture pack, start up Minecraft, look at it, decide that it's terrible, go back out, then edit the picture, then put it back into the folder, then you have to start and it's basically starting and stopping constantly. So it does take a while, so I've just kind of taken a break from that because that was really annoying me. But there is going to be, obviously, that's going to be ongoing for quite a while, I think. But it's quite fun, it's quite good to do because it means I can kind of customize my world with my own textures, and you guys seem to be liking it as well, so there's going to be more of that as well. So the kind of modern stuff, the modern ships, planes, those kind of things, what's going to be coming up. Obviously, tutorial-wise is always going to just be flowing. That's my main part of my channel is tutorials. So they're always going to be coming. They're always going to be there. That's my main part of the channel. The rest of it is kind of stuff to help you guys think of things on your own way as well. that's kind of what I want in my channel, not just to be like, this is how you build this, only build this. I want to be able to go like, this is how you build this, and then have another series that goes like, but why don't you take this idea and change things? I want to kind of have that in my channel a lot, and I want that to be a really strong thing. So you're not just following tutorials. What you're doing is you'll do a tutorial, and then you go like, I want to do this, I want to change this, I want to play around with these ideas. That's one of the things I want to get on my channel in a big way. So we're going to have more of that as well. So yeah, there's going to be kind of a nice mix as well. Hopefully, get some good modern ships, get some modern planes, cargo ships I've got planned. I'm going to try and get. I don't know how long it's going to take me, or or how long it'll take me. But I do want to get some sort of either a yacht, like a good sized yacht, not like a massive one, not one of the mega ones, but like a good medium size Armadale class patrol boat size yacht out, something like that. I want to try and have a go at that. That's going to be different. I don't know if it'll be difficult or if it'll be easy. Again, it's one I haven't actually done. Cargo ship. I want one of those at some point, just so that I can build an industrial cargo dock and just throw this ship in loads of times, and then eventually switch those out for individual different ships. But it also means that you guys then got a cargo ship, so that'd be quite cool. There's also going to be all of the medieval tutorials and medieval buildings. There'll be skyscraper tutorials, suburban house tutorials, the small planes, the small. There might be a couple of small ships as well, like really small boats. You guys seem to really like the large coastal rescue vessel thing, that one. So there might be quite a few of those kind of size ones. Police boats I've got planned. More helicopters. Basically everything that my channel does. I haven't got enough fingers for it. But there's going to be all of those, and quite a lot of focus on buildings. There will be quite a few buildings, but they're not going to be like what you think they're going to be. They're going to be like, this is how you build a section, this is how you add it together, go create. It's going to be more of that kind of style. This is how you'd work this out, this is how you work this out, and then showing you a couple of examples of what you can do with that style, and then kind of letting you build your own. Just with like a certain style, it's quite good, because that's kind of what I do in my head. And it's quite a lot better than following an exact recipe or exact formula. I'll just give you ideas, and then you can kind of go off. It's a lot more fun. So let's talk about the new series that are going to be coming up, the new things that are going to be coming up on my channel, I guess. Those kind of like new introductions. As I spoke about earlier, there's going to be the Let's Build Suburbs, or I need a good name for it, to be honest. I want it to be like, let's build Pinewood Town. See, that's why I need names. Pinewood Town. But if you guys can come up with names for this little suburby area, this little town, that'd be cool. Because Pinewood Town. Please don't let me go with Pinewood Town for a series. But yeah. So that's going to be one of them. Another one is going to be something called Think Outside the Blocks. And yes, I went there. So what that one's going to be is, well, it's going to be quite difficult to explain. It's going to be thought process. It's going to be from your mind. The first episode that I'm planning on doing is going to be how to build a ship. And not to build it block by block, but how to go from looking at a picture, looking at a load of schematics and blueprints, and then going, okay, I need to do this, and then there's this line there, and like doing the drawing out parts of it. It's going to be mainly centered around modern ships, but you'll kind of see what I mean in the video. I'm going to split it up. I've got a new ship that I'm starting to build specifically kind of for it as well. With gathering all the research material, making sure I keep it. Usually what I do is I just have a temporary folder, grab all the material, build the ship, and I get rid of it, and then start again. I'd then build another ship and put all the stuff in there. This time I'm actually taking all of that and keeping it, which I never do. So I'm actually going to be going through that. That's going to be quite interesting. That'll be a really long episode. This whole series, Think Outside the Blocks, is going to be a huge series. And it's going to be a very long series. Or at least the episodes are going to be long. They're going to be like good hour length type things. So I'm going to try not to miss out a single thing. It's going to go through every single step of kind of thought process. How do you go about looking at, it might even be like stuff like World Painter as well. It's going to be very general in those kind of things. But yeah, the ship one's going to be probably the biggest. I've got other ones planned as well, like how to texture or something like that. Those kind of things. How to like medieval stuff as well. How to find a natural place to put a dock, and how to find good natural terrain just in vanilla. If you just create a blank map, well, not a blank map, but if you just create a normal vanilla map, where do you know how to build a nice city? Those kind of things as well. I'm going to cover through a lot of that stuff in a huge detail to give you as much knowledge so that you can just go out and just do it and know how to do it and follow a thought process. And I'll probably do even stuff like a Word document or something that you can just download, print off, and then go like, well, have I checked this? Well, how do you do that? And do it like step by step, so you can get my thought process, and then work your way out, and then go, actually, I don't really like how Lord Dakr does that. I'm going to go, no, I'm going to miss out that one. I'm going to put in my own, and that's what you kind of have to do when you do your own style stuff. You'll have a certain way of thinking about things. So hopefully it will just open you up to a new idea, and it means that if you really want a ship, instead of asking for me and then you might not get it for like a year, which is unfortunate, that's just how many requests I get, you'll be able to actually do it yourself, which I think is really cool. It's a lot more, I say it's a lot more enjoyable. It's a lot more frustrating, at first anyway, but when you've got that and when you built it and you're happy with it, it's really amazing. So that's what that kind of series is going to do. There's also going to be quite a lot of small indie mini-series. I want to get some more Let's Plays in. It's just to kind of split up bits of the channel, because at the minute it's very tutorial. You know, it's very much like that. Maybe not as aggressive as that. But what I want instead is like tutorial, like mini Let's Play. Tutorial, mini Let's Play. So there's like stuff just to supplement stuff. If you're bored as well, you can then just watch them. And I'm going to give my honest opinion on some games as well. They'll just be like mainly indie titles, because indie games are really cool. They're really fun. Some stuff like that. Also this month, obviously Let's Build Rebelwood, that's going to actually start finishing up pretty soonish. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm either going to go on to Age of Empires, yeah I know, a bit random, or like a Lord of the Rings Gondor style. I'm not too sure. I'll probably again do a vote video for that, to kind of show you guys just one of those ones and kind of do it. I really enjoyed doing that series. It's really fun. But what I do want to do with that series as well, like a new series, is do it in a different style. Not like still record in the same way, but start with the world painter map first and then build onto it. If I do something like Gondor, for example, because obviously that'd be really difficult to then build all the objects and then put it into it. Whereas with Skyrim, it's a set map with stuff on it. But what I've done is I built the houses first, because then I can get the sense of scale. I don't know. It's going to be difficult. It's kind of difficult to explain. But there will be a new one of those. Maybe let's build a mini Gondor town, or let's build a Age of Empires town. I don't know. We'll see kind of what happens with those. But I'm definitely going to plan on one of those more personal medieval style stuff, as well as having the personal modern type stuff. That'll be good. So on to the Dakr Ages, medieval stuff, Dakr, Let's Build Rebelwood, all of the medieval stuff. Everything that's contained. I don't know why I'm doing arms and motions today, but screw it. So Dakr first. Let's go for that one. Finale episode is going to be this month. 100%. I've started recording it, and it's a nightmare recording it. I forgot how difficult it is. I took kind of quite a big break from that finale episode. So season 1 will end this month. Yes, indeed. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the Isles of Dakros map. I'm going to finish that up. I've already been doing quite a lot of work on that, switching it over to Conquest mainly. When that's done, it's going to go onto a server. I've already bought the server, so I've actually paid money into it. Money. Yeah. But what's going to happen is I'm going to have a server, anybody can join. It'll just be a view-only server, so you'll only be able to walk around. But I'm also going to put stuff like that, like Dakr, when it's finished, is going to be on that server, but as like a warp, so you can just warp to a different world. Or I'm going to have a spawn area. I'm not really too sure exactly how I'm going to do it, but I think I'm going to have a spawn area. And it can be like warp Dakr, and you can go to Dakr, check that out, then come back to the main one, and then when we go into season 2, it'll be on the Isles of Dakros, where you can just explore and have a journey. Eventually, what I'd like to do is have a townie server. That'd be cool. towny servers, like when you have like these small little towns, and you have like economy, and you have to build your own house there, and I'd love to have something like that. Probably on a different server, but still, kind of same thing. That'd be really awesome. I'd have no idea how I'm going to do it, but I want it. So, you know, it's one of those things. But yeah, obviously Let's Build Riverwood, that's starting to tie up. There'll be a new one to fix, kind of go into that. I've got that in the new series part of this video. So yeah, that's going to be finished up. The tutorials out of that will be still flowing. They're going to keep on coming out. I've kind of been a bit lapsed with those medieval tutorials, mainly because they take quite a while. Usually a medieval house or building will take me about an hour, whereas a small plane will take me 15 minutes. So that's kind of where that comes in. They do take a bit longer, but there will be more of those. I need to get the town hall out. I really badly need to get the town hall out. It's just so, it's big. It's not huge big. It's just a couple of hours, whereas I could get like a warship half done. So I need to spend some time on that. I've got 2 castles I need to do. I haven't even shown you those castles. They're pretty simple. They're simple, small ones. They're not big ones. They're not big Dakr ones. Dakr Castle, I'll never do a tutorial on ever. My 50-minute small medieval house tutorial number 1. Yes, I'm being specific. That one that's a 50-minute video, you can fit 4 of those in one of the towers. It's a big castle. It's a really big castle, and kind of estimated time on tutorial. If I was going to do a tutorial on it, it'd be like 40 hours. So if you factor that in and how long it takes me to record stuff like that, 2 years. So if you want a tutorial on it, I can do no content for 2 years, but by that time I think my channel will be dead. That's why I've decided against that. I'll probably do a tower, like a small tower, on the walls and the gatehouse. I'll probably do that though. I'll probably do those in tutorials, split them up, or do them together. I don't know. We'll see about those. But there is going to be a lot more medieval stuff. I'm also planning on doing just these little mini things. I did the campsite one, for example. I've got another one coming up later today, actually, which will be a kind of small cottage. These are like mini atmosphere tutorial, not really tutorials, but walkthroughs of what I've done, and kind of ideas. It's more of an ideas thing of what you can do on your world, especially with Conquest. It's me messing around with Conquest and trying to get better with it as well. But that's pretty much it for the medieval stuff. So Dakr Thunder as well, that's going to continue on. The main reason that those episodes are quite sparse is just recording times. I'm in the UK, Jag's in the US. You know, I can't remember how many hours it was. We figured it out at one point because we both looked at our clocks at the same time and spoke them. Yes, that's how exactly we were. We didn't bother with time zone type things, but we kind of yeah, we just kind of record when we can, and chill out when we can. It's kind of cool. So that's going to be still continuing on, and will continue to continue on. But yes, so Dakr Thunder, it's really fun. It's really fun just building with Jag in general. We can have a laugh. I really like the behind-the-scenes stuff, which you should check out. Or also the time-lapse. If you haven't actually seen the time-lapse, that's all on Jag's channel. But I like the behind-the-scenes stuff. So there's some real comedy in there. And what I was thinking about doing with that stuff as well, I used to do like little cartoony type things. I might try and get some like little clips, like a 30-second clip of some really funny stuff, and do a little cartoon with like Jag as the monkey and me as some sort of weird admiral. I don't know, maybe one day. But yeah, that's going to continue on through the channel as well. But that's pretty much it. I'm sure I've forgotten something. These update videos are getting longer and longer and more complicated, and I kind of forget stuff. But if I have forgotten something, just post in the comment section below, or just ask general questions in the comment section below. I am struggling to answer all comments. I'm probably getting 80% now. I'm not able to answer them all, but this video I'm going to make a special note to make sure that I answer every single comment. As long as it isn't something like hi, because I don't know how to answer hi. It's really weird. Because you just go like, hi. And then I just reply back saying hi. That's the end of the conversation. So actually ask me a question. Or just general stuff. Tell me about yourself. I don't know. But obviously, you can always follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Facebook is probably the biggest one for me for you to follow me on. And there'll be a link in the description for that as well. basically on Facebook, I like upload pictures and ask opinions. You always get the stuff early as well. You always get all of the builds. So like the Leander class, I think that's like good 4 days before the promo video came out. I was like, tell me guys think of this new ship. So you get stuff like that. I also asked just general questions on there as well. But that is pretty much it for my update video. Thanks very much for watching and making it all the way to the end. You're great. Army of Darkness, unite. And